We are rolling if you're ready.
All right, I'm always ready. I try to be.
Kirk, thank you for joining me on this latest episode of Pedalpocalypse.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And so the concept of the show, if you were kind of like we are right now, if you were forced to be in lockdown, you could only take 3 pedals with you. Or, you know, if you were traveling to a show and, you know, the only things you could throw in your bag were these 3 pedals, what would that be? And I'm looking at your pedal board now, and I think it's not too much of a stretch for you on this one.
This actually is right up my alley because I only use 1 or 2 pedals anyway. But the ones that I use are really crucial, though. You know, for me, playing through many different amps and things, backline and all that kind of stuff, I have to use pedals that really work with a varied amount of different, you know, amplifiers and things like that. So on my rider, usually it's a Fender Hot Rod DeVille 212. I really like that amp. Or a Vox AC30 or a Super Reverb or something like that. So I've found that the Vimium, I can't even say it. I've known these guys for a million years. Jan Ray works really fantastic for me for just being able to add more bass, cut bass, and add a little bit of grit to it. Because my style is really once removed from the blues greats that we all love, you know, like Albert King, B.B. King, Otis Rush, and all those guys. And I just have, for some of my more modern songs and things, I have a little bit more singing tone. It's almost like a 70s West Coast, Larry Carlton, Robin Ford. Not that those guys play exactly alike or anything, but that kind of more singing tone, you know. So I'll go for more of that for, you know, just a little bit, you know, just more singing.
And is that something that you kick in for solos, or is it something you have in all the time?
That's a fantastic question, actually. You know, I'm an always-on kind of guy, and I'll just, you know, like the old school way of turning down the volume, turning up the volume for solos or whatever. Because to me, the transition between going from a clean sound to an overdriven sound, I like to have that on my volume control.
So, pedal number 2.
It's just an old Line 6 DL4, I believe it is. And it's just set to some standard things. You know, he has a modulation delay, slapback, and a longer delay on there for swells. One of the sounds would be the Jan Ray and then the slapback. You know, I would do something like that, you know.
Awesome. And then, so you have one final pedal.
Yes.
And
my most favorite pedal.
And which one? What is this?
Reverb. Reverb is something that I can, but I don't want to live without, because for me, being primarily a cleaner kind of player, reverb just kind of lifts the notes. You know, when I play or when I attack it, I just kind of have this pillow, you know, that I can like crash into, and it's like just makes everything more pillowy like.
Thank you so much, Kirk, for your time. And it's an absolute pleasure having you on Pedalpocalypse.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Cool. Thanks so much.